The story is so sad. It's just so tragic. Okay, D major scale. Oh yeah, indeed. There we go. Okay, let's do it. Nice D major scale, not in a hurry. Ready, go. Okay, arpeggio. It's nice. I love that key. Okay, how you guys feeling? You starting to get D-ish? Let's do a little tiny bit quicker, okay? A one, two, three, and. How did that go? Did it suffer at all? No, it was good? Let's do it again then. Right? The same thing. Exactly the same speed and everything. A one, two, here we go. There. That was mine came out great. Okay, cool. So, shall we try our set? I think why not? So again, that's Earl of Dalhousie, followed by Hawk Hey Johnny Lad, followed by Miss McLeod's Reel that I was playing with a lady today who's trying to. And we were talking about the versions. Did I talk about the versions of Miss McLeod's Reel? And how the one that we have in the from the Sky Collection is not actually the widely played one? Well, let me tell you, because it's interesting and it was confusing this woman. And she did actually learn it off of Sandy years ago, but when she was trying to read it, it was confusing. Let me just point out. Where is it? It's the very first page, I think. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So the way it's written in the Sky Collection, which is the original, we know what it's like, especially in the second part. what's written in the Sky Collection, but you know, I have to say that it's not what you often hear for the B part. What you often hear is a long A, and then this here. And the rest is the same as written. But does that sound familiar? That's kind of the more common way to play the B part. So it can be confusing. The other thing is, it's a tough move that's written in here. The C to the A, that's a tough little move. And the next one is really tough. With the F there, that's really tough. So anyway, I just found that interesting, and I thought I would point it out because you might hit a Mr. McLeod's reel that sounds more like the other way I played it. And if you wanted to try to play it that way, if you were in a session and somebody was playing it that way, basically all you have to do is turn the first two A's into a long A. See that? That kind of does the job, and you can go from there. See that? And it's kind of neat too. So, you know, sometimes you get bored playing these tunes. You have to do something different. Okay, I just thought I'd mention that because it was asked earlier today. So let's do the Earl. Alrighty. A 1, 2, 3. How was everyone's experience? Not bad? Did I get the order right? I couldn't remember which reels went where. Which reel is supposed to come first. I kind of like it like that. I don't
I
know.
think the last time I practiced it, although I missed one class, I thought that we did Earl into Mountain Road and then Hawkeye and then Miss McCloud's.
Oh, really? Hawkeye is a Strat base, so that comes before the reels.
Maybe I'm confused.
But anyway, I like that. That was a good order of operation. Now, did was everybody able to get through it? Yeah.
Everything everything except for the Mountain Road. Mountain Road is still a struggle, but everything else is okay.
There's a reason for that. It's all the string crossings. Let's have a go at Mountain Road. Let's slow her down. Try to immobilize the right elbow and be doing it like this. Okay, watch me do it. Getting the idea there? For the string cross, do deetin 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 do deetin deetin laddle deetin deetin deetin, not do deetin 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 deetin. Okay, ease of motion. Trying to be lazy. It's Irish music. Anyway, so let's take her slow, immobilize the right elbow, and start working it up little by little. So let's see. Let's go that fast. Give ourselves a chance to do those movements just like that. 1, 2, 3, go. Little faster. That's good. Now, can we try a little tiny bit faster? And then we'll go into Miss McLeod. So we'll just practice just the reels from the set. Oh, hydration. Okay, just the reels. So, oh, and Lena, I gotta tell you, I can see, I have a good view of your right arm when you're playing there, and you're looking good. You're doing this. So keep doing that, and it shouldn't be a problem to go faster. Oh, I can see yours now too, Debbie. I'll give you the report after. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. One more. Good reels? Good. Lots of practice at them too, which is good. It occurred to me as I was playing that Miss McLeod's reel, there was some discussion about double stops. Oh yeah, I was teaching this lady, Lisa. She's down in the States, and she was talking about touching other strings when she's playing, and how she used to have a big problem with touching other strings that you don't want to be touching when you're, and that she had a teacher that told her to only play one of the string at a time and not let the bow touch the other strings at all. And it gave her this complex to the point where she says, she's just trying to play a note, and if she feels like she's going to touch the other string, it's like, oh, And I understand where she's coming from, but I told her that if she doesn't want to touch other strings, practice double stops, and she started working on them, and it was right away. She was noticing a difference right away. Just a little bit of work on double stops. So it made me think, if you want to work on double stops, this tune, Miss McLeod's Reel, is perfect. Watch this. You see how all of that works? Every bit of it works if you have your bow on both the A and the E string the whole time you're playing it. So now you would never normally do that, when you play the tune, but very good practice. Very good practice. Now I'm just thinking about Mountain Road. Kind of do it with Mountain Road too. You see that? With your bow on the D and the A string the whole time. And also be very, very good practice. Because I know we did work on double stops a little bit, but until you actually start using them, it's kind of theoretical. And so that would be a really good exercise. Okay, so see if you can kind of play around with that. Anyway, any questions about the reels before we try the set again? The whole set? Let's do it. Tom Powers just texting me here. He's it's the Chris Langan weekend this weekend in Toronto, which is the big piping weekend. Me and the boys are playing tomorrow night, and I'm also playing the Ceilidh. Now, we went down to Buffalo on the weekend to play for the Cultus Convention Ceilidh, and because we were supposed to do it with Ina, but she wasn't able to stay. She went down there for one night, but wasn't able to stay for the whole weekend. So anyway, so me and the boys went down there. I've never played a bigger Ceilidh in my life. I think there was about 200 people. There was about 6 sets going at once. And I'm going to tell you, man, you're shooting 8 notes out of that machine gun the whole time. I think it was about 4 hours that Ceilidh went on for. So it was quite something. Oh, my God. But anyway, I'm playing at the Ceilidh for the Chris Langan weekend. And I realized when I was playing with the lads in Buffalo, they can't do it with me because they're both doing workshops. So I have to put together a band. So far I got one person. I might get Tom. But Tom is bringing his friend Amelia Bartalis, who's a great fiddle player. She's from St. John's. And she's also a doctor, a fiddling doctor. And I guess Amelia's coming for the Chris Langan weekend, so that's going to be great fun because she's just a wicked player. And I told Tom, at the Chris Langan weekend, it's good to have a doctor on hand. Because there was one year where Sean Gavin fell down and broke his tooth off. Okay, let's do it. We're doing the set. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. we'll keep working up the tempo on that set as time goes on and as our lives go on. And now I'm going to see about jigs, because I think I mentioned that we need to put together a set of jigs. Let's see here what we have. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, let's see. Cash John. Oh yeah, we did that. Did Irish Wash from Cock of the North. That's good. Swallowtail. Maybe we need a new tune. Oh, let's work on Swallowtail and the Cash. I was working on that with this Scottish lady who I teach, Sue. She's bound and determined, and but she did ask for some Scottish stuff. So we're gonna do Cock of the North with her. But anyway, yeah, these are really great tunes. They're must-haves. So Swallowtail and the Cash, and we'll do the Swallowtail first, and we'll join them up. Okay. Oh, I had a great time teaching up in Sagamok last week. So sorry about class, but I'm going to tell you that poor guy, the guy who owned the hotel, he tried so hard to get the internet working, but he had no idea. He was like 75, Indian guy, and his wife, he said, was the IT person. She was not there. I think she was looking after grandkids, because he was FaceTiming with her to see what was going on, and she had kids hanging off of her. So I think she was kind of, helping out or whatever maybe at the son's place or something. So he was all on his own, and the technician came while I was at school and somehow convinced him that the problem was he needed to buy a new power strip, like a power bar, that everything could plug into. I felt so bad for the guy that I didn't even argue. I just said, okay, man, no problem. I'll hook it all up. And I plug in the fridge and the computer into this power bar, turn it on, and I'm like, nope, still not working. Internet's still not working. Sorry, man. And I gave up, because the poor guy, there was no way he was going to be able to get that working. I hope he does before next time I go up there, which is next month. But the kids were great. Oh my God. 3 of them got fiddles since the last time I was there, which was 2 years ago. Asked for them for Christmas. It's just great. And it didn't take long. I was concerned. I'm always concerned with these communities, because I go for a week and then I take off. And then I come back and it's like, what is still there? For them. And this time around, nothing was very far away. It all came back really quick, and we kind of got on with it. So we were able to leave them with Boil the Cabbage in all the different bowing. And this is a great idea for anybody, actually. So Boil the Cabbage, I don't know if you guys know that, but it's... That's Boil the Cabbage, okay? Boil them cabbage down. It's an old one. It's as old as the hills, that tune. And it's only like 5 notes. But what's good about it is they can do it on all the strings, and they can do it with the different bowing patterns. So at first they do regular bowing, but then they do the rabbit, the hop bunny, hop bunny. Very good practice. Very, very good. And you notice when I'm doing that, and I was making them do this, I'm doing full bow and trying to do half the bow for the short ones. Full bow and trying to do half the bow for the short ones, to get that in their head, the quarter note and the 8th note. See that? With the bow. So that's a good one. That's hop bunny, hop bunny. Then there's the jiggle, which is really good to do, and it could be good for you guys to do too. It's something that kind of gets your wrist going. It is a technique on the fiddle. It's called tremolo. good thing to do. They love it. The kids love doing that up there. And then there's the chicken bowing. Also really good practice. So anyway, so they're going to be doing that all week and driving their teachers nuts. And they also have Twinkle Twinkle, because they all asked for that. They all called it the ABC song. And it was amazing because they all figured it out in the end. And we had to do D3 races, because now one of the problems I have with Strings Across the Sky is that they don't touch the E string. It's too annoying. That's what they say. And so it's a drag because the kids just get confronted with it when they have to play Twinkle Twinkle, and it's kind of like, oh God. So anyway, we do it in D, and then that means that they got to get the third finger down to do the second part, right? And you got to get it down to hurry. So we do D3 races. So I asked all the kids to hold up their fiddle, put their fingers above the strings like this, and then 1, 2, 3, D3. See that? In first position. Really good thing to practice, putting all 3 fingers down in a hurry. And they love that because I said it's a race. Whoever gets their fingers down on the tapes right away at once first wins the race. And I said, and I'm going to beat all you guys. And then they were like, oh yeah, game on! So anyway, yeah, it was a great week, but the only thing that was really crappy was when I got there, it was really late. The guy let me in the motel room and instantly, I think, went to bed. And I got all my stuff set up in my room, and I went out to get my Gatorade out of the car and locked myself out of the motel room. And there was no rousing this guy or anybody else in this little community. There was like 4 buildings, and they were all black. And there was nothing else for it. I tried to break in a bit, but then I just swallowed and spent the night in the Highlander. And then the next morning at 8:30, taught 80-some kids how to play the fiddle all day. Anyway, that sucked. It's been a while since I've been down at that level. Okay, Swallowtail and the Kesh. How fast can we go is my question. Let me see. Is that doable? Is it going to be comfy? Okay, let's give it a try. And let's do them 3 times each for the practice in the Irish style. Oh, Debbie, I forgot to give you the lowdown on your right arm when we were doing Mountain Road. So you are using the arm. Hey! Listen, you're not using the elbow, so that's really good. It's just you're just using the arm, and that's normal. So when you're trying to isolate the right arm, right, to change this into your bowing hand, you start with the elbow. Eventually, you can get the forearm isolated as well, so you're only using your hand. Now, you were using your arm, but at the ends of it, you were using your hand. See that? So that's a progress. That's a little bit of progress there. And if you can pay attention to it, if you notice it when you're playing, that the wrist moving a little bit, then it'll move more. If you notice it. So use a mirror or something like that. Try to get a glimpse of that right hand because it is starting to work. So it's definitely not your elbow. That's good to go. It was just your forearm, but you have a little bit of this. So let's maximize that. Less of the forearm and more of this. Okay? But it's looking good. Elaine, I couldn't see yours, but I see yours all the time. You know what to do. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Success! That's good. Any chance we can speed it up? I think we could. Yes. Take a little breather there and we'll speed her up. Trying to think of other highlights from Sagamok. Oh, this was funny. So it's kind of a mixed school in terms of teachers. There's like half of them are white and half of them are from the community, and the ones that are from the community are mostly what they call aunties. So they're older ladies, and they're speaking Anishinaabe for the most part. And so I'm sitting around in the break room, and the break room was kind of weird because. There was like a table where the white teachers hung out and a table where the brown teachers hung out, so I sat with the aunties because they were pretty hilarious women, and they're jabbering away in Anishinaabe and they're chuckling at each other, and I was looking at them and I just said, you know, guys, I don't know Anishinaabe, but I can tell that you're talking about somebody, and they laughed so hard at that, and they said, well, I bet you can't guess who. And I said, I don't even want to guess who because it's more fun to not know who it is. Yeah, it was a great time. They were very funny ladies. Like one morning, it was in Wiki actually. One morning it was really like a dreary morning, very cold and snowy. And we get in there and we're all kind of huddled around the coffee machine, me and one of these aunties. And she said something in Anishinaabe, and I just learned a bit the day before, so I was trying to figure out what she said, say something back to her, as stammering a little bit, and she goes, no, I just said, Christ, it's really early. It was very funny. Okay, let's do it, faster. I'm teaching up there in June, and I might take the kids up there, see if they can actually go to the school for a week with that community. I think they'd really get a lot out of it. And I told Jerome I was teaching kids his age that had definitely killed animals. He thought that was pretty cool. So let's see. This could be the fastest we've ever tried it. All right? So brace yourself, and we're going to go for it. And again, let's do it 3 times. In case you don't get it right the first 2 times, you'll have the third. 1, 2, 3. One more. that fast? To feel fast? But it went okay?
That was actually okay.
Oh, great. That's
Shockingly okay.
excellent. That's awesome. We have been playing those tunes for a while, so I'm glad they're getting stronger and up in tempo. Now let's see. I want to do a new tune maybe next time. And I'm just looking at what else we have here. Oh, we're doing the Cliffs of Moher. That's good. Irish Washerwoman. We did all that. We should practice Morrison's tonight too. Let's practice Morrison's and the Cocket, or no. Let's see what we have here. Irish Washerwoman and Morrison's. Let's do that. Irish Washerwoman and Morrison's. But next week, I'll make a video of it and stuff. Next week, we'll learn a tune called Stan Chapman's. Has anybody ever heard of that tune? Okay, good. Yeah. I'll play it for you while you're looking for the other ones. It's a Cape Breton tune written by Jerry Holland. Stan Chapman was Ashley McIsaac's teacher. He was everybody's teacher. Great tune. And not hard. You guys will get it easily. But I'll make a video and stuff and find a good version. We'll do it next time.
The first part of that one just sounded just like what we just played. It sounded just like the first part of the Kesh. Like a slight little variation.
You know what? Jerry ripped off the Kesh and called it Stan Chapman's and played it in a different key. My God. Now I'm horrified now. I guess there are only 12 notes. You're right though, it's similar. It's not the same, but it's similar. If you took it to court, they don't think you'd actually win, but you're close. It's like that guy Robin Thicke, Alan Thicke's son, that tried to steal Marvin. Well, he did. He got away with it. But his tune called Blurred Lines, the whole backing of it sounds exactly the same as Marvin Gaye's Party, which is a wicked tune. Like, it's so cool, and the backing for it is so cool. They use Coke bottles and everything, it sounds exactly the same. And they went to court, and what's his name? Robin Thicke won. They said there wasn't enough of a melody to copyright. You can't copyright chord changes. You can only copyright melodies. And so this was kind of an example of just kind of a set of chord changes, that the bass player was playing with percussion. And so they didn't win. So poor Marvin's family didn't get their money. Okay, let's do it. Hi, cat. Hey, man. My cat was mad today all day. So it was wet and raining all day, and he hates that. And so he's just kind of complaining at us all day long, Especially this morning. I hate when they do that. Okay, so the Irish Washerwoman. And then, and then. Okay, let's do it. Not that fast. One, two, three. no, here we go. One more. Coming back. Been a while since we did those. And how is the speed? Was it okay? Medium? Was workable? Okay, we're going to increase the speed, but just keep it there for practicing this week, whatever that was. Oh, I'll tell you what that was now. So, oh, it's not tapping. 75. 70 to 75 is what you were doing there. So if that worked, practice it at that tempo, and next time we can speed it up. Okay? We'll get it up to say 85 or something like that. And then Stan Chapman. So I'll make a video of Stan Chapman's, and I'll send you, it's in the Jerry Holland book, but I'll send you a picture of it, and we'll learn that too, and it'll be really good. All right? I think I've worked you hard enough there, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
See ya.